Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I got a new video to show you guys today. I had an idea. You guys have seen me talk ad nauseum about this Ozark trail knife. This is the orange one. It's like $9.97 at Walmart. Here is the black one. Same price, just a little bit different. Has a reversible pocket clip. And it got me thinking, is there a knife that I can get or that I can find in about the same price range that is a better knife? So I got to looking on Amazon, and here were basically my requirements. I knew that I was not going to find a $10 knife on Amazon that was worth a nickel. So I made it to where all of the knives in this video are under $20. Put an asterisk there because there's one at the end that I'm going to show you that if you spend a little bit more, you probably get a better knife. So with that said, let's get into it. So we're going to set these off the screen, and we're just going to start left to right. The first one we have, this is by a company called Perwin. It's a G10 handle, D2 steel blade. Essentially, they sent me a multi-tool years ago to do a review on, and it was a pretty decent multi-tool. I keep it in my truck. I don't use it very often, but it's the one that I keep in my truck in case I don't have one in my pocket. So I thought, well, let's see what their blades look like. All right, so it comes with a cloth, obviously. Now, one of the things we're not going to do in this video is we're not going to do like weights and measurements and things of that. We're just going to get the knives out to take a look at them. And then we will, go from there. What I'll do is I'll put down on the screen as I show you the knives. I'll tell you the price. I think most of these were like $17 to $19, but I can't remember exactly. But we'll put them here on the screen somewhere so you can see them. So this is a button lock knife from Perwin. Again, it says it is a G10 handle. It's a black, obviously, G10 handle. D2 steel blade. The pocket clip, as you would know, they're not flush. It is a reversible pocket clip, and it's a button lock. Let's see how good this button lock works. So it's a little bit stiff in there. You hear that ting? Let's see if we... I mean, the button works. The knife looks okay. It feels relatively sharp. So that's the Perwin. Now we'll go into a little more detail maybe at the end. So this is a company called Albatross. Let's see. Okay, I know what this one is. This is a green knife that I bought. Now, I'll put links down in the description if you guys want to pick up any of these knives. Now, as you're probably well aware, any link in the description is an affiliate link. You are not required to use my affiliate links, but I do make a little bit of money when you use it, so it is appreciated. What do we have here? So it looks like this one comes with... Is that a screwdriver? Yeah, so this one comes with a screwdriver and a little bit extra hardware. Now, I'll be honest, I did buy this in this bright green or bright yellow because this is not a knife that I would normally purchase. And I thought, well, let me get one that, kind of out there. So it is an access lock. I think the knife looks pretty good. It is a reversible pocket clip. The hardware is not quite flush. Let's see. That's not a half bad action. So you got a flipper tab. Ooh, that flipper tab is what I call weak. Like you really gotta, flip your hand out to make it work. You can't just see there. And it feels like it hangs up right there. It's hanging up on the access lock. Now on the access lock, it flips out there just fine. But you got to flip your wrist a little bit to get the action to work, the flipper tab to work. But that is not a half bad looking knife. Now it's most of you are probably gonna say, it looks like a, like a gas station knife, and I wouldn't say that you're wrong, but I don't think it looks terrible. It looks like it might have a decent little sharpness on it. All right, let's set stuff over here out of the way. Next is the old timer. Now I will tell you guys, I did open this. This one came in first. I put it back in the box. I just pulled it out and looked at it. I'm actually really excited about this. This takes me back to my childhood. If you guys collect knives, you're probably like me, started out with an old timer or a case knife. I think I had like the old 3-blade old timers. They were about this length. They had the brown wood collar. And they have 2 blades one way and one another. That was like my first pocket knives, or first pocket knife. I had several of them. I would use them. I'd go out in the woods and just whittle sticks just because I could. So you got that blade, and you've got this blade. Now, as cheap as this knife is, I think this is a gorgeous knife. I'm not real big on slip joints or anything that doesn't lock out. Obviously, I had them as a kid, but I didn't really, I'm not real big on them as an adult just because it worries me that I'll cut my finger. I do it enough accidentally with regular knives. I don't need to do it with a slip joint. But I think this is a beautiful knife. And for what I paid for it, this is one of those where I would say the price you pay for that versus the price you pay for this, get this knife. But we'll go into the rest of them. Obviously, you guys can see the brands on some of the other ones. Now, I did open this one too because this one, and this one were delivered first. So I did get into it. I put it back in here. It comes with a little book and a little cleaning cloth. Now, this one, I was actually watching another YouTuber the other day when I ordered these. He was showing this one off and also this Kershaw knife off. I hadn't seen these knives before. But I tell you what, this is a really good looking knife as far as, I like the way the handle's made. It's rounded. It's got the insert, how you want to call this? It's, it's rounded out here and rounded on here on the design. The pocket clip is not flush. It is not reversible. It's D2 steel. It's a liner lock. And let me get my hands out of the way. Now, it is a little bit small for my big hands, but it's really not a problem. I could use this knife. 3 fingers. I can get 3 fingers on here. The third finger's almost towards it, coming off the end. This thing is very, very sharp. I was shaving hair off my hand right here with it when I opened it up. This, I think, now obviously I haven't gotten through all of these yet, but right now this one and this one's tied. This one's going to take the nod because it has a lock on it. But let's sit that one down. So the next one is a Kershaw. This is called the Appa. Now, I think Kershaw is making some bangers lately. You guys, if you've seen my videos, my Kershaw Bel Air in Magna Cut is my everyday carry. That is what I carry every single day. Now, this one is smaller than I thought it was going to be. It does have a reversible pocket clip. As you can see, it's not flush. When I talk about not flush, I don't think it really matters. Unless it's on the inside like some of these and your pants might get caught on it. I just know it's things that some of you guys want to see and want to know. Some of you are sticklers about that kind of stuff, and I know that you want to know whether or not they are flush. So that's why I talk about it. Like this one, I think this is a fantastic looking knife. It's a little bit bigger. I like the design. It is a liner lock. Again, I can get 3 fingers on this one, and my pinky is kind of butted up onto it. But that is a really, really good knife. I want to say I think this one was $19. Like I said, the prices will be on the screen. So by the time we've got to this knife, you guys have already seen the prices for these. I'll put them on here somewhere. But wow, that is a really, really good looking knife. You've got some jimping up here where you can kind of bite up on it with your thumb. Just trying to show you the back of it and everything. All right, now let's get into the Flissa. One of the other things I wanted to make sure in this video, I mean, you guys know that I've done a lot of, Temu knife videos. Now, I could do those till I was blue in the face as far as, budget knives. But what I strive to do on this one is I was trying to not buy any knives that were counterfeits or knockoffs for this video. I just felt like I wanted to get into budget knives, and I wanted to make sure they were things. Now, every single one of these was purchased on Amazon, so I'll put Amazon links down in the description. You can probably also go directly to the manufacturer's website if you want to pick them up. Have no idea what the prices will be. But I wanted to make sure that I didn't have any kind of knockoffs on this. I probably could have got better knives on Temu, but the price was still going to be more. You're looking at a $300 knife on Temu, or a $300 knife, it's $30 on Temu. It's a really, really good deal, but it's not what we were trying to go for in this video. Again, all of these knives are like sub $20, and I wanted to make sure that you guys could pick them up if it's something you liked. Now, this is a knife from Flissa. I own several Flissa knives. I think they make really, really good budget knives, at least what I've had so far. This one has like an integrated... you just squeeze that and you can flip it around. So that is super easy to change. So it is left and right-handed. Let's see, is it easy to flip? Ooh, that is not easy for me to flip. I think that's a really, really good looking knife. You guys are going to hear me say that all the time. I mean, I'm absolutely going to say that about every knife, right? Just because I'm a knife. I love all the knives, regardless. Now this one, I'm going to admit, this one looks really cheap. I mean, it looks like it's just a piece of folded steel or folded aluminum with a knife blade inside of it. 8CR13 MOV. It looks cheap. It doesn't feel... I mean, yeah, it does feel a little cheap, but the handles feel good. Now, Guys, I can't flip that knife open very well. Some of you may be better at it than me, but that is really, really hard for me to flip. Now, I'm not saying that's a make or break type deal, but some of you that would be. I can't flip that knife open very easy with one hand. But yeah, you guys, that's it. So like I said, every single one of these knives was sub $20. I mean, I made sure I went through... Oh, you know what? This is assisted opening. I didn't even think about that. So that's really good for the price of this. I want to say this one was 19 bucks. Anyways, what I was saying is I purposely went through, and the filters I was using was to make sure that they were all sub $20 knives. And I think most of them were like $17 to $19. Now, every one of these knives are probably going to be a better knife than this one. This Flissa knife, maybe not, just based on the way it's made. I'm going to say that this one is probably still, is probably still worth the money more than this one is. If this one was maybe down in about the $10 range, then we may can have an argument. But this one is still better than this one, I think. I like the looks of this one better than this one, and probably this one. But these four look better, if we're talking about aesthetics. Now, I want to show you guys one more thing to when we're talking about cheaper knives. You can spend a little bit more money and, in my opinion, get a much, much better knife. This is a CJRB Pyrite Light. I think they're about 30 bucks. And it's going to be a better knife than anything laying here on this table. I mean, you can agree with me in the comments or disagree with me, but this, in my opinion, is going to be a much better knife than any of those knives. I mean, just some of the stuff, your hardware is flush. It is reversible. This is what RPM 9 steel, button lock. CJRB makes some really, really great budget knives. So I think if you're going to do something like that, spend 10 bucks more and pick up one of the Pyrite lights. Again, I'll also put a link in the description for that. There will be no link in the description for the Ozark Trail. You can find them on Amazon sometimes. I was looking the other day and they did have the orange ones back in stock online. They did not have the black ones in stock, and I have yet to see the green ones in stock. So guys, that is it. That was my video. That was my idea. I just wanted to show you guys some alternatives to the Ozark Trail. I still really, really like my Ozark Trail. But summing up, these three, I think, are better than the Ozark Trail. These two were probably, like when it comes to blade steel and stuff, probably a little bit better, although they're all D2. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Which one of these knives, if you had to choose one of these knives, which one would you choose? I have a sneaking suspicion most of you are going to choose this one or the Kershaw, but you could prove me wrong. If you made it this far in the video, please hit like on the video. It really, really helps the channel out, helps other people see our content. And if you have not yet, hit that subscribe button. It helps us grow. We're trying to hit 2,500 subscribers before my birthday in May. We got about 2 months as I'm filming this, the first weekend in March. So that's it, you guys. I hope you learned something from this video, or hope you got a little bit of entertainment out of it. And I hope to see you guys in the next video.